Welcome back to another tabletop review. Today we'll take a look at the Smith & Wesson 438 38 Special Revolver. I bought this one used. It was in good condition and it had a great price on it. I also thought it might be a good addition to my conceal carry options because of the Shrouded hammer. The Smith & Wesson 438 is a lightweight 5-shot snag-free wheel gun based on the original 1950s Chief Special Revolver. The Bodyguard Shrouded hammer design has been around actually since about 1955. Let's make sure that this gun is cleared first. That was pretty simple. Founded in 1852 by Horace Smith and Daniel B. Wesson, the Smith & Wesson Company was located in Norwich, Connecticut. The history behind the Smith & Wesson Model 438, or the Bodyguard, is interesting. The Smith & Wesson Snub-nose 38, or Snubby, was very popular with detectives or as backup weapons for law enforcement beginning back in the early 1950s. The development of the Shrouded hammer in about 1955 was in response to the practical needs for a snag-free draw by the professionals depending on these revolvers. Today, this design has evolved into the popular Smith & Wesson Centennial model, which has a completely enclosed hammer. Since I bought this one used, all I received was a cardboard box, so not much to show you. I should also mention that these are not the original grips that came with this revolver. These fit my hand a little bit better, makes the whole revolver a little bit larger to carry, but not too bad. The holster that I had was a belt holster. I did find that a pocket holster worked quite well as well. Actually that was the predominant way that I would carry this pistol. This Smith & Wesson 38 Special is the airweight model, meaning it has a lightweight aluminum frame with a steel barrel and cylinder. This is one of Smith & Wesson's J-frame revolvers. There's also a 638, which is identical to this one in stainless. It's basically a pocket gun with 5 shots. By the way, you'll notice it's not a pistol, it's a revolver. Compared to a standard size revolver like this old police Smith & Wesson Model 1038, this Model 438 is much more compact and very light. It has only a 1.7-inch barrel, hence the nickname Snub-nose or Snubby. Cylinder release is here, and ejector is here. The weight is only 15 ounces unloaded. There are no sharp edges. It has both a double action, single action trigger, which is one of its main attractions. The double action trigger pull is long and heavy at about 12 pounds. The single action is light, which seems like less than 2 or 3 pounds to me. It has very basic sights, just a groove. It has a short barrel. It's designed to be a close-up personal defense weapon. The design is simple, as is its operation, but don't be fooled, this can get the job done. Because it's so light and small, especially when firing 38 Special plus P's, or the high pressure rounds, it can be quite uncomfortable to shoot. We probably should mention some additional cons about the 438 revolver. It's no longer in production. Some people say it's downright ugly, and many people find it difficult to shoot. As such, it's often considered an expert's gun. Compared to a 9mm autoloader like the Smith & Wesson Compact that carries 12 rounds, it would suggest that revolvers are outdated. When we look at the revolver compared to an autoloader like this Smith & Wesson, it really does look a little bit outdated. Not only that, but the Smith & Wesson 38 Special load has been shown to be overall less powerful than a 9mm. Okay, you could get a .357 Magnum revolver like the Smith & Wesson 340 PD, which might get closer to matching a 9mm, but if you found the 38 Special plus P uncomfortable to shoot, you really aren't going to like the 357 in a small lightweight frame revolver. Alright, it might be old school, but what the heck, they're still making revolvers and people still buy them. Why? Well, perhaps it boils down to their ease and use and reliability. Let's face it, simplicity has its advantages, especially in stressful situations. You don't have to remember to rack the slide or thumb off the safety. A misfire can be cleared by just pulling the trigger again, and with practice you can become quite proficient with this piece. Well, what about the 5 rounds in this .438? Statistically and realistically, most citizens involved encounters are resolved in 5 or fewer rounds being fired anyway. So perhaps we shouldn't be too quick to dismiss the revolver. So in the end, it really comes down to personal preference. Well, what about breaking down and cleaning this revolver? Well, basically that's it. It's open, ready to go for cleaning, and reassembly is that quick. Originally, when I purchased this pistol, they were going for about $450 new. Used today, if you find one at $300, I would say that's a good price. Given the shortness of the barrel on the Smith & Wesson .438, it's a fair question to ask, how accurate can this revolver be? Well, I got to tell you that when I first obtained this revolver, I wasn't very good with it. I took it to the range and my shots were really not very rewarding. But I did take some time to practice, and I found switching out the grips to this larger grip, a little stickier type of format. I got a good grip on it and could actually control a little bit better, that things actually improved. So how did we do? Well, this is a 6x6 target. It's 12 feet away. I had to actually practice quite a bit with this revolver. The grips made a heck of a big difference. But as you can see, I had a pretty good spread. I have one outlier over here. That's due to that trigger. The single action trigger caught me off guard. It's so light, I just had a stray out over here before I was on target. But otherwise, actually didn't do too bad. The Smith & Wesson Airweight .438, chambered in .38 Special +P, able to handle an assortment of different loads from the lighter standard .38 Special to the high pressure load of the .38 Special +P round. It's small, lightweight, easy to carry, very reliable, classic in its concept. It has that double action, single action trigger. It can be counted on to do what it was meant to do, and it has the Smith & Wesson lifetime warranty. With practice, I'd say that the Smith & Wesson .438 Special could make a good choice for a self-defense carry weapon. Any weapon you carry is better than the one you left at home. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll be back for my next tabletop review. Until next time, stay safe.